Hey people, especially in Australia, stay tuned for this one. We're doing a BFE job, water pump replacement, on a 1KD, and we've got a lot of it pulled apart. And what we do, we give it the wash down, reverse flush the radiator, clean all this out and all the timing belt area, while we've still got the water pump on, so we don't get contamination into the engine, okay? Obviously the cooling system, we want to keep it clean. So next the water pump will come off and get replaced. It'll all get dried up, Mickey Mouse, like a new one. And I'm not saying that's the end of the cleaning, I'm just saying that's getting all the dirtiest cleaning done while the water pump's still on there. It's kind of, you can do things different ways, it doesn't matter too much. But what I wanted to tell you about this one, this is a 2010 150 Prado that I did the injectors on. I think it was at about 100,000 Ks, because it was a, it's a 2010, it's 2023 now. So it was probably 4 or 5 years ago, I'm not sure really. So, everything, it's all been really well looked after. Older gentleman's car. And he's thinking about selling it. So it could come up on Oz Prado Crew or something like that, because if he does think about selling it, I'll ask him what he wants for it. We'll discuss, probably what a fair price is, give him an indication, because he might ask anyway. And I would love, this is one of the good ones, all right? Okay, so no bull bar. Okay, so you can put a bull bar on or not if you want. 2010, I think it is. It's got a snorkel on it. It's got a bit of a lift, I believe, from memory. I haven't had a look around it yet at the moment. We're just doing a BFE. It's got some all-terrain tyres, this sort of thing. Right, what do we got suspension-wise? What is it? Stock standard on suspension. There you go, stock standard. So there you go, it needs suspension soon, so it's ready for the suspension upgrade. Older gentleman's car, right? It's just sort of doesn't really use it off-road. It's sort of starting to feel like something a bit different. So, yeah, it could be a possibility that it comes up. I just think it's a good one because it's low Ks. It's had the, a lot of DIY maintenance and watching the videos, fuel filters, air filters, oil changes, all that sort of thing. So well looked after. Doesn't get driven a lot, mainly on road. I'd say it's a good one. It's had the injectors done. It had them done well and truly in good time. So now it's got the full DLCs in there. Nothing to spend here. It's getting the BFE job done now. Nothing to spend here. Put your suspension in. That's wear and tear. Tyres look good to me. It's, what is it, graphite, So this is a bit of a, could be for sale, a tease you post, because this is a good one. So if you know anybody, we might have a little auction, because fair's fair. He needs to get the maximum amount of money. And I'm going to place my bid now. It's not even for sale yet. My bid's 20 grand because I'm going to steal it. That gives you a starting point anyway. But obviously he would have a reserve if this even happened. So whatever he wants for it thereabouts, we'll call that maybe a reserve and see. So I'll talk to him about if he's interested in maybe an auction of some sort. Now let's talk about this BFE job a little bit more. All the details of what the BFE is, it's not bacon and freaking eggs. It's big front engine, because this is the front of the engine. And it's a big job. So big front engine kit, big front engine job, BFE kit. BFE, bacon and eggs, right? Without the F in there, of course. But you know what I mean. So at the end of the day, bacon, fruit and eggs, at the end of the day, it's all in the playlists, right? What's in the kit, how much the kit is, how you order the kit, Mondays, 7:30 AM, text message if you want the BFE kit. Doesn't bother me if you do or not. Let's run through what's in there. The timing belt, the idler that's been removed, the tension that's been removed, the cam seal that you may or may not need, but we include in the kit because you might need it. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't take that off. If this is not leaking, then we don't need to fix it. If you overfill oil out here, it'll make mess down here. That's what all this is. That is not this seal leaking. That's two separate things. You've just got to be very careful not to overflow the oil. Otherwise, it will make mess. You need to clean it up so that you're not confused about whether you've got an oil leak or not. When you see things like, what's all this black stuff down, down under here, hard to get to, right? So that's what that is. Okay, that's what that is. Of course, the main drive belt, which starts cracking at, we did an example recently, 150,000 Ks, it starts cracking. So as a prevention, it's a good time to replace it. 150 Ks a long time. You're doing all this work, do it all together. Water pumps, they've got a bearing and a seal. They eventually go. Could last you a very long time. Quite often they last longer than 150, but less than 300, which is why we say, while it's all apart, just change your water pump as a prevention. Keep it reliable, keep it clean. It's called preventative maintenance. We think this is really good preventative maintenance to do, and it's much better to spend the money here doing this than on that fuel pump in the tank and all that work that, just doesn't happen. You get what I mean? Ballpark, someone's going to say, oh, but it happened to me. Yeah, it happened to a few people out of 100,000, or, you know what I mean? So belt, the bearings, okay, there's a bearing down there, there's a bearing there, there's all the bearings, 5 bearings, replace all those bearings, okay, with the genuine OEM replacement bearing. So we leave the genuine pulleys. They're not aftermarket pulleys, not aftermarket belts and idlers and bearings, not aftermarket drive belts, all genuine. Genuine's best, okay, that's why I do it that way. Like genuine coolant is what it's going to have going in. Then we're all using the same stuff because it doesn't all come out. We've said it before. So that's what's in the kit. The water pump, of course, the water pump. The coolant I can't send to you, but if you come and pick it up, we can work something out. You're going to save on postage, and coolant you're picking up, you get coolant at cost price, whatever. Just a quick reminder, we don't have the EFT machine here, so bring the folding, or you need to have done a transfer in advance if you want to pay the full, you know, all the delivery and whatever. Obviously it's EFT is the way, you know, funds transfer, bank transfer, whatever, not EFT machine, right? Keeping costs down. So yeah, pickup's good. If you want coolant, if you're around Melbourne somewhere or that sort of thing, you can do that. That's about it, right? So it's a not as long video, a bit of info there. If you want to know more about the BFE job, how to do it and all that sort of thing, of course, the other bonus is in the VIP group. There's more videos on this BFE job that are VIP only, client only, but you can go through the whole BFE playlist and pick some of those up anyway and probably work out how to do the job. You can get the kit off me or not, whatever you want to do. It's value for money. It's awesome customer service, awesome warranty. Never had a problem with anything because that's how we roll. And you'll just get all the right components the first time and you'll get them really quickly. But if you follow our Prado Hospital Facebook page and subscribe on the video so that we can update you with announcements on what's happening, what days, parks days, oh, it's a public holiday, we're closed that day, we're on holidays 2 weeks, so we're closed those 2 weeks. You need to know these things because if you're planning something and then we're closed, it can be an inconvenience. So it's worth following that Facebook page, the Prado Hospital. Subscribe, turn the bell on our YouTube channels. There's 2 of them, 4x4 Adventures, 4x4 Diesel, and of course you'll know what's going on and where everything's at. And of course, yeah, on the videos on that. And the VIP group's #1 because you've got over 1,000 people, 1,200 odd people or something that are in the same boat, working on their own vehicles, a lot of them on the same or similar engines and doing the same thing, so you can all help each other out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope that helps. Catch you next time. See ya.